so that you know what these prayers are and what actually they mean. So that when we chant, all of us, when we chant these prayers, they don't become just a ritual, but a sincere prayer seeking the blessings of the great Acharyas and the Lord Himself for bringing this absolute truth in the form of their mercy up till us. Also, I was thinking, this program, it should be a wholesome diet. So in a wholesome diet, like when you go to a nice program and you get rice, dal, sabji, chapati, and simultaneously papad and achar and whatever, some chutney. So like that, I was thinking that this program should be made a wholesome diet. So we discussed 4 things, right? A, B, C, D. Everyone remembers what A stands for. Association of devotees, which we have, of course. We are all trying to become devotees. So we associate. So we get A, full dose, 2 hours of A. And B, obviously, because we discuss books here. And D, obviously, after the program. Nice diet of Krishna Prasad, which is offered to their Lordship Jagannath Baldev Subhadra downstairs. So what was missing was one achar. And that is the chanting. The chanting of the holy name. So I was thinking, why not have at least today we will begin with one round, which takes about 10 minutes approximately. And those of you who do not have beads and who are chanting for the first time in their life, the result of chanting is you get the beads free of cost. Because those who have beads at home, those who are senior people who have been attending before, they can return the beads. The others, if they would like, they can carry these beads, set of beads home. And the price for this is you have to chant at least one round every day. This is the price you have to pay. So beware. If you want to carry it, we also accept old 500 and 1000 rupee notes. I'm just joking. You can. The only price is you have to chant one round. So this is free of cost for you. So I just want to explain a few things about the beads. Actually, this is like our connection to God, hotline to God. So because we chant the holy name of the Lord on these beads, it is a very sacred item. And ideally, they should not be carried into the bathroom toilet. And these can be kept. If you have a small altar, you can keep it there. Or you see these bags. Mataji, can you raise your hand and show that? Yeah. These kind of bags. First time I carried this bag, people thought I have fractured my hand. So if you carry it, beware. All your friends may ask, अरे क्या हो गया, कहाँ गिर गया? बोले हरे कृष्ण के साथ गिर गया. So that it just is not hanging around. So you can carry it in a set of, in a bead bag. So that is one thing. Secondly, ideally it should not touch to the ground. Basically it's a sacred item, so it should not be taken to anything that is dirty or things like contaminated like that. Another thing is generally we don't use the forefinger for chanting the name. While chanting mantra, any japa on beads, we don't use the forefinger because forefinger represents the false ego. Because generally we tend to find fault. तूने ऐसा किया. It's interesting. We don't do like this. We don't do like this. That is different, some other thing in the school that is used. So this finger is actually indicates, it said, so we don't chant on that. So you use your thumb and the middle finger or the ring finger, whatever. And this bead is called the Meru bead or the Krishna bead. And there are 108 beads in addition to or other than this particular bead. We don't chant on this bead. We chant from the next one. First one here. And we hold it in the thumb. And then we chant one full mantra on that bead. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Then we pull the bead to our side and go to the next one. And we chant one name, full mantra. Then we go to the next one, then we go to the next one, then we go. And when we complete 108, this is one round. Ek mala. Devotees who are seriously wanting to pursue spiritual life, Prabhupada asked them to chant at least minimum 16 rounds. Don't faint. Your chair is strong, so don't worry. We are not asking you to chant 16 rounds straight away. But there are people who chant 16 rounds a day, which takes approximately one round takes from 5 to 7.5 minutes. Some people take 10-12 minutes. That means you are too slow. Hare Krishna. They travel all over the world before coming to Krishna and from there going to Rama. You don't have to chant so slow. But simultaneously, if you are finishing in 3 minutes, that means something is, either you are telling Hare Krishna like that, or probably you are eating some of the words. Hare Krishna, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, whatever, So if you are hungry, first take your full, but don't eat the names of the mantra. So, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. This is one name. And ideally, first thing in the morning, either immediately after bath, or even if you are, like early morning, you don't not used to taking bath, you can just wash your face and sit in a very alert posture and chant. Maybe, ideally don't sleep in the bed and chant. दोनों एक साथ करेंगे, सोते भी रहेंगे और आधा. Ideally, 3 P's should be remembered. The body, words, manasa, vacha, karmana. Manasa is mind, vacha means words, and karmana means the activity, body. So 3P represents these 3 things. The physical P is an alert posture, a good posture, not in a like this. In an easy chair you sit and you are already tired and चलो जब भी करेंगे साथ में थोड़ा आराम भी करेंगे. Ideally it should be like alert posture. Whatever, if you're feeling sleepy, you may walk, you may stand up, whatever. But whatever helps you to be erect and alert. Samakaya shiro griva dharyan achalam sthiram. In the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Kaya, Shira and Griva. The head, neck and the back should be in one line. That's the ideal posture. But if you have a back problem, then if you're leaning against the wall, whatever, make sure that you are alert. Not too relaxed that you go to sleep. Not too stiff that you feel uncomfortable. Just relaxed posture, but alert. The second P is about words, clear pronunciation. Not like that. Ideally, imagine somebody calls you, like your name is whatever. Prabhuji, aapka naam kya hai? Girish. Hey Girish, someone calls you Girish. You don't like it, Arey, mera naam Girish hai. So, Krishna, he likes it if you pronounce his name nicely. So, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Sometimes, Ram Ram. We don't want hissing sound. Krishna will wonder, kya kar raha hai? So, better that we chant pronounce the name nicely, as clearly as possible. So, that is the second P. And the third P with regard to mind is a prayerful mood. Actually, what is chanting? Sometimes people ask, प्रभु जी जप करते वक्त भगवान का सुंदर फोटो में चित्र देखते या भगवान का मन में स्वरूप का ध्यान कर सकते हैं क्या? Recently, one lady in Kolhapur asked me this question. I think of all the pastimes. भगवान ऐसे कर रहे हैं, लीला कर रहे हैं. I said, no, ideally not. During the time of chanting, what should we think? Don't think of anything, ideally. Just try to hear the name. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram. Some people keep the written Hare Krishna Mahamantra in front of them and just kind of follow that. But ideally, try to hear the name. Because chanting is a yajna. In yajna, you are swaha, you are offering something, right? In the yajna, you offer something as an oblation. What is the oblation that you are offering? Your consciousness. At that time, try to just hear the name. In spite of that, if the mind goes elsewhere, don't struggle to pull it back. You just neglect it. Just try to hear the name. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Just hear the name. Still, if the mind goes somewhere, let it go. But you don't follow the mind. You just neglect wherever it goes, let it go. But you try to hear the name. Hare Krishna, Krishna. So three things. And prayerful mood means desperately we are calling out to Krishna. Just like Draupadi. When she was being disrobed, she was helpless. Then she raised her hand and totally helplessly cried out. So helplessly trying to take shelter of hearing the name of the Lord. This should be the ideal mood while chanting. If you can make it an exclusive activity, very good. If you don't have time, if you go for a morning walk, you can chant there. Begin like that. Begin whenever, wherever, no problem. But begin with at least one round. It's nice if you can begin with at least one round every day. Whenever you get time. Maybe late night. In the beginning, whenever you get time. Even if it is not attentive, don't worry. But just try to chant one round. Gradually move towards trying to doing it early in the morning. Best time is in the morning. Brahma Muhurta. Brahma Muhurta is the best time for spiritual activity. Brahma Muhurta means 1.5 hours before sunrise to sunrise. Say sunrise is at 6:30. Then 5 to 6:30. So 1.5 hours before sunrise. Very interesting. Exactly at that time the cock crows. It's amazing. I went to this Vada village. I checked. Exactly about that time only the cock crows. They don't have any alarm. They don't fix up. Somehow their inbuilt nature has built such as exactly they come to know. Around that time the cock crows. Exactly before Brahma Muhurta. So 1.5 hours before sunrise to the sun. This is the best time. But sometimes in Mumbai people go to bed just before sunrise. So if your lifestyle is like that, then all the best. Whenever you get up. Whenever is your early morning, that time you can chant. Anyway, so, and then one more thing before we begin. Generally, there are 10 offenses to the holy name. We will discuss some other time. There are 10 offenses to the holy name. And we should avoid those 10 offenses. And if you don't know, don't worry. We'll discuss some other time. But if you want to avoid, there is one more mantra we chant. And this mantra, just one time if you chant, it prepares you, it clears you of all the offenses that you may, while doing the chanting, you may come, if you do some offenses. That is taken care of by chanting this one mantra, it is said. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. It is the most merciful incarnation of the Lord in Panchatattva form. So we chant this and then we don't chant on this bead. And if you want to chant the second round, don't jump over this. If you want to chant second mantra, then you turn around and then begin from here like this. Then if you want to third round, then like this. You turn it around and start like this, like that. So you don't jump over the Meru bead or the Krishna bead. Is that clear? Any questions? Otherwise we'll begin. We'll chant one round today. It's nice. At least one round chanting in the association of such wonderful devotees is very, very actually inspiring. I always look forward to that. So, and ideally, try to sit as straight as you can, basically alert. Try to close your eyes and try to hear the name during this time. So we'll all chant together. Anyone has not received the beads? Anyone needs? Yeah. So we'll begin with the first one on the thumb and the middle finger. You can chant along with me. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, 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 Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram 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 Ram, Hare Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, 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 Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram 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 Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram 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 Ram, Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. It took approximately about 13 and a half minutes almost for us, because we are doing it for the first time and we are doing it together. But if you regularly practice and if you chant alone, you can increase the speed. Basically, not less than 5 minutes per round, not more than 7.5 to 8 minutes. That's okay. That's like good. Generally, when I chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare, like that I go. Takes about 5 to 7.5 minutes. That's like a normal speed. And initially, you can chant, even if it takes 10 minutes. If you're doing just one round, you may do it satisfactorily, relish it, and do it whatever time it takes. It's nice if you start from today onwards. By New Year, you will become fixed, and it will be really nice. Happy New Year. It will be really happy, and it will really be something new, and the year will be something different. So, I was reading one book on habits. Some other time we'll discuss. We don't have time, but it said, before you take up some good habit, plan about it a week in advance. And once you start that habit, at least do it for 21 days without break. Then it becomes part of your habit, part of your, yourself. So, this is it. So, as I said, the payment for this bead is one round every day. So now we will go to the 17th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. Last time we discussed about Shraddha, and we discussed about the three kinds of faith. Faith in the mode of ignorance, faith in the mode of passion, faith in the mode of goodness. We discussed what is faith. Faith means actually full conviction that if we water the root of the tree, every part of the tree is nourished. If we worship God, our duty towards God, then our duty to everyone is completed and fulfilled. Why to develop faith? Because without faith, we can't be happy, we can't get the ultimate goal of life, we can't have peace of mind. How to develop faith? Faith comes in the association of faithful. Krishna Bhakti Janma Moola Hai Sadhu Sangha. And later to progress, we still need faith. Faith is the most important element. Adau Shraddha. In fact, devotional service, bhakti begins with faith. Because we can't see God. We can see the representative of God. We can see the representation of God in the deity form, Vigraha form. We can't. We have to have faith that there is God from Guru, Sadhu and Shastra. And this is how we move. So, we will today begin from text number 6. 5 and 6 are together. Ashastra vihitam ghoram tapyante ye tapojanaha dambhahankara sanyuktaha kamaraga balanvitaha karshayanta sharirastham bhutagramamachetasah mam chaivantas sharirastham tan vidya asuri nidhan tan vidya sura nishchayan. Those who undergo severe austerities and penances not recommended in the scriptures, performing them out of pride and egoism, who are impelled by lust and attachment, who are foolish, and who torture the material elements of the body, as well as the super soul dwelling within, are to be known as demons. तान विद्धि आसुर निश्चयान, निश्चित रूप से तुम इन्हें असुर जानो. कौन? जो बहुत तपस्या करता है. अरे जो तपस्या करता है असुर है? समटाइम्स इसे बड़े तपस्वी है ये. तपस्या इज सपोज टू बी वेरी wonderful quality. But Hiranyakashipu also did tapasya. Ravana also did tapasya. Actually, everyone does tapasya. But what kind of tapasya? Who decides what tapasya? On what basis? What for? This is the $1,000,000 question that differentiates whether that tapasya is demoniac or whether it is divine. What is tapasya? Tapasya means voluntary acceptance of inconvenience in the present for some benefit in the future. Isn't it? Voluntary acceptance of some inconvenience in the present for some benefit in the future. So everyone is doing tapasya. A student has to do tapasya. Missing out sleep. Missing out so many wonderful favorite programs on the TV. Missing out playing game because exams are approaching. And if I don't, then I have to suffer later. So therefore, accepting voluntarily some inconvenience now. So everyone does tapasya. Traveling by train is tapasya. You don't have to do any tapasya. Even the greatest yogi in the Himalayas will be put to shame if he travels by Central Railway, local. Amazing. What posture you have to stand. Any posture. And for how long? And one hand up and one hand somewhere, wherever it is, it has to be in the same place for 1.5 hours. And your nose is stuck in someone's armpit. Intense tapasya. So people do tapasya also just to survive. The tapasya is inevitable. But when ashastra vihitam, जो शास्त्र विहित नहीं है, which is not recommended in the scripture. Scriptures recommend, for example, fasting. Fasting is a recommended tapasya in scripture. It is meant on particular days. Ekadashi, supposed to be a fasting day. Some appearance day of the Lord, Janmashtami, Ram Navami, etc. Certain days are recommended for fasting. That is okay. But fasting for some political reasons to make the opposite party bend down. Oh, Shastra Vihitam. Sometimes in that process people die. IRA, I think, this is many years ago, Scotland, beyond that there is a group called IRA. That person fasted for 66 days and then he died. In our country also, Mahatma Gandhi fasted for some political reasons. All right, it must be a wonderful, wonderful thing. But from the scriptural point of view, ashastra vihitam, it is not recommended in the scriptures. It is not meant for purification. It is not meant for pleasing the Lord. Ashastra vihitam, ghoram, very severe. Tapyante ye tapo janaha. Tapa means tap. Tap means heat. When you do tapasya, heat is generated. Actually, that tapasya causes heat in the whole universe. Dambha ahankara sanyuktaha. Sometimes it is hypocritical. Sometimes ahankara is just to increase. I am so austere. Look at all you people. Chi, I am so austere. Ahankara sanyukta. Tan vidhi asura nishchayan. So we cannot consider every tapasya. So similarly, tapasya, dana, charity, yajna, sacrifice, food, everything is divided as it is explained in the next verse. Aharastvapi sarvasya trividho bhavati priyah yajnastapastatha danam tesham bhedamimam shrunu. Even the food each person prefers is of three kinds, according to the three modes of material nature. The same is true of sacrifices, austerities, and charity. Now, hear of the distinction between them. It's very interesting. No human being is alike, in spite of the fact that there are literally billions of human beings. 6 billion? Whatever. So many human beings, but no human being is alike. The example is given. Why? Because everyone's consciousness is affected by the three modes of nature. Sattva, Raja and Tama. The mode of goodness, Sattva Guna. The mode of passion, Rajoguna. And the mode of ignorance, Tamoguna. There are three primary colors. Yellow, red and blue. Every other color is a mixture of these primary three colors. That's what in the video they use this. These three colors, primary three colors. Yellow, compare it to Sattva-guna, the mode of goodness. Red can be compared to the mode of passion. And blue to the mode of ignorance. When you combine these three colors, 9 colors come. And you take one of them and add with next 8 colors, 81 colors. Different colors. Actually, there is nothing like green. Mix of yellow and blue becomes green. It's very interesting. It's like a magic. You take yellow and add green color. Take water paint and suddenly it becomes green. Yellow and blue. Or you add one to this and it becomes black, blue and red. So all these colors are nothing but the combination of these three colors and the combination of further combinations of these colors. So similarly, even though many people may be predominantly in the mode of goodness, even amongst people in the mode of goodness, predominantly in the mode of goodness, there may be many varieties, innumerable varieties, unbelievable number of varieties. It will always be there. Therefore, no one is alike. Some things are alike, some things are different. Everyone has a different taste. It is like that. So, that's what it is described. Aharastvapi sarvasya trividho bhavati priyah. Yajnas tapas tatha danam tesham bhedam. What is the difference? Krishna is going to explain. Imam shrunu. Please hear. Krishna is very mercifully revealing it to Arjuna. Now, he is explaining food in the mode of goodness, food in the mode of passion, and food in the mode of ignorance. Ayuhu sattva balarogya sukha priti vivardhanaha rasya snigdha sthira hridya ahara satvika priyaha katvam lalavanatyushna तीक्ष्ण रूक्ष विदाहिनः आहारा राजसस्येष्टा दुःख शोकामय प्रदाः यातयामं गतरसं पूति पर्युषितं च यत् उच्छिष्टमपि चामेध्यं Bhojanam tamasapriyam. So, in these 3 verses, 3 different types of foods are described. Foods dear to those in the mode of goodness increase the duration of life, purify one's existence, and give strength, health, happiness, and satisfaction. Such foods are juicy, fatty, wholesome, and pleasing to the heart. Foods that are too bitter, too sour, salty, hot, pungent, dry, and burning are dear to those in the mode of passion. Such foods cause distress, misery, and disease. Foods prepared more than 3 hours before being eaten, food that is tasteless, decomposed, and putrid, and food consisting of remnants and untouchable things is dear to those in the mode of darkness. So, basically, food is meant for 3 purposes only, essentially. Ayuhu sattva bala. If you don't eat, you will die. To live long, you need to eat. Ayuhu. Just to survive, you have to eat. If you don't eat, you die. Ayuhu. Sattva. We eat. You are what you eat. You eat to purify your existence. Whatever kind of food you take, that kind of jaisa ann vaisa man. That's why that saying goes. So it purifies our existence. And third, it aids bodily strength. As soon as you eat, you become strong. Otherwise, you feel very weak. You eat nicely, you become strong. So, food in the mode of goodness is ayuhu, it increases your lifespan. I have seen people very, very regulated in their diet, very, very regulated in terms of the quantity and also the quality, live a very long life, rarely ever falling sick, hardly ever seen hospitals. I knew one of my uncles, he never got married. He was like 94 or 95. You can set your watch depending upon what he does. If he goes to the temple, you know it is 10 o'clock. If he's returning back, it is 5 p.m. You can set your watch. If he's eating, that means you should know this is the time. This is how he was regulated. He lived, and only the last 3 days of his life, he was sleeping on the bed. Otherwise, he was very active. And he never had any disease. He just died out of old age, that's all. No more disease. The only day he slept longer than usual was the last 3 days of his life. So, ayuhu, sattva. Food is very much a deciding factor about your consciousness. If food has come out of violence, it creates violence in the minds. That kind of a attitude comes, that kind of a thought comes. So ayuhu sattva, if food is pure, if food is cooked or grown with a pure, intention, if it is cooked purely, if it is offered to the Lord and served out in a clean place with a pure consciousness, it can bring about tremendous purity in one's existence. It's a science. In Ayurveda, food itself is a big science. Generally, this is not so much stressed in allopathy. They just say, as long as you are eating medicine, first eat something. That's the only decision. Only thing is that there should be something in the stomach when you have to eat. But if you go to Ayurveda, which is actually part of the Veda only, amazing. Rutucharya, depending on which season, what kind of food you should take. Dinacharya, depending upon day of the, like, for example, some items like curd, etc., or some particular type of fruits. When to be eaten? They said it's like gold early in the morning. It's like silver, or it's like iron in the night, or it's like poison at night. Same food. But taken in one particular part of the day is extremely beneficial, and taken in the other part of the day is not beneficial. Food by itself, but itself is not, but what kind of impact or result it has on your consciousness, on your body, is a science. And certain kind of mixture of food is not actually ideal. Some food perfectly goes with the other type of food, but not some type of food. What should not be mixed, what should be mixed, it's a science. If you see any of traditional cooking in India, any traditional cooking, there is a way to make it. If you make this item, you have to pour ghee inside. You have to roll it like that, and you have to serve it out like that. And while eating, first you have to eat this, after that you have to eat this, and end with this. Start with this and end with this. So there are so many things. But unfortunately, we have no understanding. It has not been systematically taught. It had become a part of everyone's life. In fact, in the earlier days, food was acting as medicine. You don't have to have any other medicine. Oh, you have fever? Take this particular thing, boil it and take this and drink it. That's all. You have stomach problem? Take charge and put this and this particular ingredient and take it. If you have loose motion, don't worry. Take dahi lo, usme thoda, so many. So already people are suggesting so many things. They all know here. Grandma remedies. No necessity to go for the doctor everywhere. It is there. Everything was known. Only some Maharoga, you have to go to the doctor. Vaidya means some Maharoga. Otherwise, everyone knew all these remedies. If they, सर्दी हुआ है, ये नहीं खाने का, ये खा सकते, ये नहीं, वो नहीं. If you know exactly, if you know your food, and if you know your body, you will never fall sick. 90%, actually over 90% of the diseases are caused by stomach. The root cause is the stomach. Stomach is the root cause of 90% of the diseases. Can you imagine? This is a fact. Depending upon what kind of things you put inside. So it's a science. Ayuhu, lifespan, sattva, purification of one's existence, bala, and arogya, health. Good health is not a big deal, provided you know the science. Bala, arogya. Sukha. Sukha means you will be actually happy. Opposite of that is dukkha shokamaya prada, in the mode of passion, ignorance. Sukha and preeti. Preeti means very satisfying. When you eat it, you feel satisfied. Fulfillment, there is some nourishment with no consequence later. Vivardhanaha. Vivardhana means increasing. It increases ayuhu, sattva, bala, arogya, sukha, preeti. Vivardhanaha. This is the purpose of food actually. It increases all these factors. So what are these foods? Rasyaha. Rasyaha means containing rasa, juicy. It's not stale and dry. It's actually juicy. Rasyaha. They have. And actually, the fresh it is, it has actually life-giving energy to the extent it is fresh. Ideally, just pluck it from the garden and use it. That is the best. Farm fresh, they say. Farm fresh. Not this refrigerator culture. 3,000 years old. Stored away in cold storage. Actually, it's like that. So, rasyaha, juicy. Snigdhaha, fatty. Fatty doesn't mean fat of animal that comes through eating meat or anything. No. The fat that is needed for the body by the arrangement of nature is available through the milk of the cow. You need not have to eat flesh, actually through the milk of the cow. Milk, then the curd, and then the ghee, butter. These also give fat, but they give it in a way that is perfectly in harmony with the need of the body and keeps the body very healthy. Ayuhu sattva. Sattva means also purifies one's existence when it is taken in that particular form. So, snigdha. Actually, I was talking with our Ayurvedic doctor in our Bhaktivedanta hospital. He was telling me our nature and our personality is also determined by these kind of food stuff. And our nature. Some people have pitta prakriti, some people have vata prakriti, and some people have kapha prakriti. So those who have kapha prakriti are more snigdha. Snigdha means very kind, very smooth, very peaceful. And those who are vata, very dry, their skin becomes, if you see some people's skin is always very moist, soft, and some are always dry. If you scratch, there is a white mark here. And that is because more of vata. And their personality is also, they are very dry people. But those who are kapha, they're very compassionate, very extending, that kind of a thing. And pitta, fire. So particular personality also depending on what kind. And even if you have any of these, you can counteract your negative part of your nature by the type of food you take. He is doing a research right now, how restlessness in children, it's a syndrome, tremendous restlessness. That can be controlled by a particular type of food that you take. If you understand that nature of that child or nature of that person, which personality, sometimes is vata prominent, some is pitta prominent. Actually, very rare soul, those who have perfect balance of kapha, vata and pitta, they are the best personalities. But very rare to find that. Some are predominantly vata, and vata people are very active, thinking 10 times, like 10 channels always active. And kapha is relaxed person. घर में आग लगी, ठीक है, थोड़ा पानी ला के वो उसको फोन करो, आके वो बुझा देगा. Relaxed. क्या हो रहा है, कुछ हुआ? That's like more kapha type of prakriti. I'm kind of just telling you a broad kind of thing. But you see these kind of personalities. And every particular personality has a strength also, and they have certain limitations and shortcomings. So if they are aware of what kind of nature, prakriti they have, and what is the influence of the food upon that particular person's nature, 90% of the disease can be avoided. And the shortcomings of your personality can be reduced to a large extent. Can you imagine? If only we knew the art, and it was a household knowledge before. Today, छींक एक बार छींका तो डॉक्टर के पास जाओ, और 500 रुपए के नीचे बिल नहीं करता हो. उससे पहले 50 टेस्ट हो गया, इसीलिए मेडिकल इंश्योरेंस. And the type of food, the kind of contamination happening, pollution in water, in food, the kind of, sometimes they send these kind of messages, oof, what all they add just to, like commercially make it available, just to make money. Sometimes you wonder, directly actually it's as if eating poison. To that extent we have gone so far away from, where is the farm, fresh, pure, non-chemical, organic, and what it is today. It literally, some of the items are like thermocol. There is no taste, and you just chew, and just because I'm supposed to be eating, I have eaten, that's all. But there's no satisfaction like that. So, rasyaha, juicy, snigdhaha, fatty, sthira. Sthira means very wholesome. It should be a wholesome diet, balanced diet. Starch and this and protein and, high carbohydrates, whatever, everything should be properly mixed. There's a way of doing it. Even a regular diet. It's a science. If you can, it is wholesome. And hridyaha. Hridyaha means very satisfying. Ahara sattvika priya. This is liked by people in the mode of goodness. Basically it means rice, dal, sabji, chapati, milk, sugar, etc., which is basically pure vegetarian. Then food in the mode of passion. Katu, amla, lavana, atyushna, tikshna, ruksha, vidahina. Katu means extremely too bitter. Amla, sour, khata. Amla, lavana, too salty. Atyushna, ushna means extremely piping hot. It should be hot, piping hot. Uske bina maja nahi aata hai. Ruksha, dry. And vidahinaha. It burns when you eat. Literally, you are just sweating. I had my cousin used to go, even if you are sitting in an AC restaurant, unless he sweated, फिर मजा नहीं आया खाने में. He would be, and then eating. Then only he would enjoy. Vidahinaha. It burns when you eat and it burns when you pass. Sorry to use the being so little graphic. But that's a fact. Because whenever you eat too hot, too spicy, vidahinaha, actually what happens is the mucus layer gets dried up. It gets taken off, erased. And when the mucus is not there, it does not help for the smooth movement and also the digestion. With the mucus layer gets destroyed. And because of that, there is no proper digestion, and because of that constipation, and because of that all the other kind of diseases. It's very simple. Actually, if you understand the science, it is therefore, if you are supposed to eat very spicy, along with it you put ghee. So for these kind of foods, you have to add along ghee and then take it. And if it is too indigestion, if you are taking too much of ghee, you are supposed to take something spicy for digesting it. It's a science. If you know, you can really enjoy eating and enjoy good health. तार मध्ये जिह्वा अति लोभोमय सुदुर्मति ताके जिता कठिन samsare. That is why in the prasadam prayers we says, I know this is not good, but I like it. The tongue, the body is like the ship, and the tongue is like the rudder. You know what a rudder is? A rudder is simply a piece of wood in the front of the ship. If the rudder moves like this, the whole ship moves like this. Imagine, 1,000-tonner ship moves if just the front, little piece of wood, small wood, 10 feet. If it moves like this, the whole ship moves like this. Similarly, the body may be 70, 80 kilos, but this little piece of little piece of flesh called the tongue, udarchal, the body is dragged there. I know one person from Borivali, for particular type of pan, he comes all the way from Borivali to Chowpatty, Girgaon Chowpatty, Shambhunath Panwala, because he makes a particular kind of pan, जो अगर वो खाए नहीं तो उसको मजा नहीं आता, हजम होता ही नहीं. The tongue drags him all the way, halfway across the city. After dinner, he has to come there and take it, fresh. And person knows, वो आया तो उसको बना के perfectly बना के देता. तार मध्य जिह्वा अति लोभोमय सुदुर्मति. He lost his head. सोचने का नहीं, पहले खाओ बाद में सोचेंगे. And all kinds of combination. Hot thing and then cold thing on top. And eating something, some chips, and uske upar Coca-Cola. I mean, complete. What's going to happen? What is this, a dustbin or what? Sometimes we lose discrimination just because what is pleasing to the tongue without bothering that it's going to the stomach and that's going to have a consequence. We don't understand. So, katu, amla, lavana, too salty, atyushna, piping hot, and ruksha, dry, vidahina, burning, ahara rajasasyeshta. This is liked by people in the mode of passion. But what is the consequence? Dukkha, shoka, amaya prada. Dukkha, shoka, amaya prada. It causes distress, misery, and disease. This is a systematic way. Distress, misery, and disease. Distress when you are actually eating. Let's take even alcohol. The first time one of my college friends dragged me and he said, मैं तुझे पिलाऊंगा, तेरे को क्या तकलीफ है, फ्री में पिला रहा हूं, चल आ एक बार पी ले. And I said, ठीक है चलो. And when I tasted, I said, burning. I said, इसको पैसा देके पीते तू? I said, why? I don't understand. So dukkha, when it is going down, it is actually distressful. And पीने के बाद शोक, हैंगओवर होता है तो, अरे क्यों पिया, मेरे को मालूम था पर क्या करूं उस समय ना नहीं बोल पाया. So while eating dukkha, little later shoka, and the consequences amaya. तो क्यों भाई? बट क्या करे महाराज, टंग का सवाल है. The tongue likes it, but whether it is good for the belly, whether it is, that intelligence has to be used. Therefore, controlling the senses is so important for living a life in the mode of goodness. Some kind of restriction is necessary. It doesn't mean you have to just kind of stale and you'll what is that, very, what do you call, very, very bland. No, not necessarily. Not necessarily. The tongue has 6 different regions for 6 different tastes. Even you take the hottest chili, if you don't touch it to that part of the tongue which appreciates that, you can take it and there will be no effect. You won't even feel hot in the tongue. Sometimes you touch it, you feel like just drinking water and put your tongue inside, refrigerator, cool water. Only one part of the tongue is sensitive to sweet, one part to bitter, one part to the sour, one part to the pungent food. So the tongue is also divided for that. It means it can take that. But you should know what to take, how much to take, when to take, what combination to take, and when not to take. All these things it's a science. This was a household knowledge. Every housewife knew this. But that is lost. This was coming in, just like Guru Shishya Parampara, there is mother-daughter Parampara. The daughter would learn just by, sitting with the mother. Today mothers are spoiling their kids. बच्चे को खाना बनाना क्यों चाहिए उसको? बेचारी वहां जाके तो करेगी ही, उसको भी पढ़ने दो. And they just don't know what is cooking. And therefore the husband is miserable. तो होटल में ही खाता, शादी क्यों किया तेरे से? तो बोले अच्छा कुक चाहिए था तेरे को इसलिए शादी किया मुझे. So why don't you marry a cook? Why did you marry me? I am in the corporate world. I get more than you. I can appoint 5 cooks. अरे उसमें कुछ, many a times a way to the man's heart is through the belly, they say. This was the sign. This is how wives kept their husbands under control. In a very wonderful way. In a loving way. It's a fact. This is a very, very amazing science. I have seen those whose wives, after 30, 40 years, the wives passes away. The husband is like half of their body separated. She knew exactly how to take care of me, what I need, when, and she would perfectly do that. Nobody else can understand. That's how they had that very nice, sweet relationship. Even though they were extremely well-to-do, people from well-to-do family, they had servants, but they knew how to cook. It was an art, it was a must. It's actually a science. It's such an amazing science. And actually when the mother cooks for the child, rather than giving the uncle chips and whatever, dabba, sometimes in the school dabba I see some uncle chips and then some sandwich. So what else is the culture? What happens to their health? But if you really cook nicely and provide, especially in that particular age, there is an element. It's not just the items, but the consciousness of the person who is cooking also goes into the food. Therefore, there is no alternate. Nobody can alternate to the food cooked at home by some loving mother or wife, whatever. There is that element that, wow, I'm going to cook. For them, if you have to cook for yourself, there is not much inspiration. Imagine morning and evening and afternoon, every time you have to cook for yourself. Generally, when a lady has to cook for herself, something poha bana kha legi bas. But if there is a whole family, she's excited. It's like a party. Ye bhi karna hai, wo bhi karna hai, wo lana hai, ye lana hai. So that's what family is all about. A family that dines together, shines together. And this is what is the very subtle but important bonding principle. Otherwise, if food has to be eaten outside, why marry? That's why one lady asked me, one Sindhi lady asked me, 29-year-old. I was sitting in a train and she said, Maharaj, Swamiji, can I ask you a question? I said, हाँ पूछो. शादी करना जरूरी है क्या? She's asking me. I said, करोगे तो अच्छा है. क्यों? All my needs are fulfilled. I have different sets of friends for my different needs. I get 6-digit salary package. I'm taking care of my family, my parents, everyone. Why need to get married? After 10 minutes, she went to sleep. This was at 9:30, 10 o'clock. I lost my sleep. Whole night I was thinking, शादी करता ही क्यों आदमी? That's another topic, some other day we will discuss. Amazing, the principle of what actually marriage is. What is the purpose of marriage? It's a diversion from the topic. We're supposed to be discussing food, not marriage. But it is an amazing science. When I read the book in Mahabharata, it explains you have to particularly pay the debt. Rin, pitra rin chukana hai. So you have to produce children. और children, बच्चों को जो तुमने लिया उसको देना है. और देने के लिए बच्चा चाहिए और बच्चे के लिए पार्टनर चाहिए, इसीलिए शादी कर दे. But in a materialistic culture, it is reverse. क्या शादी करना है? But well, I want to enjoy and क्या करेंगे? It is not allowed in the society. Therefore, I need a partner. By default, ये बच्चा आ गया अभी. झंझट. Why this झंझट? Which was actually considered very glorious, is today considered jhanjat, a burden. Because the whole understanding is gone as to why we do what we do. Simply superficial ritual. Not understanding. It's a perfect science. Even if you want to become truly happy, the scriptures tell you how to become happy. Truly speaking, marriage is all about becoming happy. Today people will laugh at it. क्या? तो आप क्यों नहीं शादी किए? One lady asked me like that. When I told, that's why I don't speak much about marriage in the lecture. Question answer session very difficult for me to take. But it's a fact. That's you're supposed to become happy. But then, if that knowledge, if that science, if that understanding, if that culture, if that background, if that samskara is not there, everything becomes if you simply want to enjoy, squeeze out, enjoy, you will be the most miserable person, because if you want to enjoy, you will have expectation from everyone else except yourself. Because you want to enjoy. But if you are brought up in a culture of service, sacrifice, others' pleasure, responsibility, as a wonderful asset, as a gift, as an opportunity, as a privilege to take up this responsibility, then life is wonderful. Actually very happy. You feel happy. And if you don't know the science, then we are actually going against the grain, and therefore everything seems, क्या कौन सा जमाने की बात कर रहे हो आप? Doesn't make sense. Because there are two different things altogether. It's 180-degree paradigm shift. I want what I want when I want. If you can provide me, okay, we'll come together. Otherwise, you go your way, I go my way. This is what a culture of self-centered enjoyment culture. But opposite of that is the Vedic culture of God-centered or family-centered or responsibility-centered. These are responsibilities. I have received and I have to give back. And I will give back more than what I have received. That person is considered a human being. Really, human being means, or what is Asura and Sura? Let's just discuss this. Asura and Sura. Sura, a divine being, means you take less from society and give more to the society. He is a divine person. Divine person means not having, sitting in the heavens. That may be there. But a divine personality means who takes less from society and gives more to the society. And who is a Asura? Who wants to take more from society and give less. When does a person become a burden? Imagine if you have a maid servant at home who takes 5,000 salary and does only 500 rupees worth job. How long will you keep her? She is a burden. She is taking more and giving less. But if someone who is taking only 500 but doing 5,000 job, even if she says, मैं नहीं आ रही हूँ, हाँ? अरे तुझे क्या चाहिए बोलना? Everything is ready to do. Why? Because she's an asset. You become an asset to the society. And you become a liability when you take more and give less. So this was the Vedic culture. Always give more than what you take. And this was so much in the culture, even a vegetable seller in the market, if you pay money to buy 1 kilo potatoes, she will give 1 kilo and at the end she will put 2 more extra. 2 extra potatoes. ये मेरी ओर से. If you buy milk 1 liter, little extra he will put. This is not the packet wala account. If you order for 100 mangoes, the bag used to come, it will always be 110 or something. Never exactly 100. That means whatever I take, I have to give more. Why? I don't want to become a burden. If I take this much, I have to give extra. So I have received from my parents certain culture, something like that. I had to give back to the society more than what I have received. I can't give them back. I can't teach them culture. बैठो कैसा बैठना सिखाता हूँ. नहीं. So I give to the next generation. Without that, you are indebted. You have not paid your debt. You are a thief. पैसा लिया, उधार लिया, तूने दिया नहीं. So it was considered for a cultured man a burden. अरे अभी तक नहीं चुकाया हूँ. Imagine any cultured man, if he borrows some money from someone, it's a big anxiety till he returns. If he is a gentleman. Today's culture, actually in the previous time, those who give money, they would sleep peacefully. Those who take money, they would lose their sleep. अरे देना है, ये देना है. Today is the other way around. Taker of money peacefully sleeps, snores also. And the fellow who has given, he loses his sleep. कब देगा ये वापस? That's the unfortunate culture. Anyway, coming back to food. Science of cooking, the science of preparing food, what food causes what kind of an impact, which is, more vata and pitta and kapha. During particular time of situation, you should not eat this kind of food. Or even if you're eating, you should be eaten with this combination so that the impact is, balanced out. It's a science. So, katu amla lavana tushna tikshna ruksha vidahinaha ahara rajasasya ishta. They like rajasa. But what is the result? Dukkha, shoka, amaya prada. Distress and misery, distress, misery, and disease. Dukkha, shoka, amaya prada. Then, in the mode of ignorance, tamaguna, lowest. Yata yamam gata rasam puti paryushitam chayat uchchishtam api chamedhyam bhojanam tamasa priyam. Yata yamam. Yama means 3 hours. Yata, if freshly cooked food, after 3 hours it comes in the mode of ignorance. Except prasad. Once it is offered to the Lord, just like sometimes somebody gets something from Tirupati. Ye Tirupati ka prasad hai. Kab? 3-4 दिन पहले गया था मैं. If it is offered to the Lord and the Lord tastes it, then it is transcendental to all the other things. Of course, we are not maybe transcendental, so we have to take in proper amount. But otherwise, basically fresh. Yata yamam. Ideally, that's how it should be. Fresh, as cooked and immediately provided. Yata yamam. Gata rasam. Gata rasam. Prepared more than 3 hours before being eaten. Food that is tasteless. Rasa. Gata rasam. Gone away. Which means stale. Very stale. The life of within there is actually a life principle within the food item. As soon as it is plucked, there is life in it. But if kept for a long time, it becomes very tasteless. So gatarasam, puti. Puti means foul smelling. I remember one time we went for Harinam Sankirtan. We went into that Kulaba market, Machi market, fish market. And then I saw people buying fish, a big towel in their nose. Kitna? 2 rupiya. They're buying something and they can't tolerate the smell of it. What kind of food that is? Puti, foul smelling. Paryushitam. Paryushitam means decomposed. Basically dead bodies. Paryushitam. Uchchishtam. Uchchishtam means somebody tastes it and keeps it. Again you taste it, eat it. Or like what is eaten, somebody eats from that. This is only allowed if the Lord has tasted it or a very great saintly personality has tasted it. That is very special. Bhakta pada dhuliyar, bhakta pada jal, bhakta bhukta avashesh, teen mahabal. It is described, bhakta pada dhuli, the dust of the feet of great saintly personalities. Bhakta pada jal, the water that has washed the feet of great saintly personalities. And bhakta bhukta avashesh. If great saintly personality, especially the guru, the spiritual master, when he has tasted something, the remnant of that food, if it is tasted, teen mahabal, it has powerful strength to give devotion. That is all right. And what is prasad? Prasad means food that is offered to the Lord. The Lord has tasted it. It is his remnants. That uchishta is very auspicious, very beneficial. But otherwise, jhutha. नहीं वो जूठा हो गया नहीं मैंने कहा उच्चिष्टम च अमेध्यम. Amedyam means food that is not to be congested, not to be ingested and digested. I don't want to speak here because after this you will be taking food. But I want to tell you, Please forget it after I tell you. I want to tell you what I read, and one of our devotees went to China and he saw amazing thing what they eat. If I tell you what their super delicacy is, okay, I will tell you personally afterwards. Because I want you to take prasad. Can you imagine? Human embryos also are delicacies. Amedhyam. What to speak of snakes and monkeys, heads, fluid, and what kind of funny things. But these are all special delicacies. Uchchishtamami chapedhyam, bhojanam tamasa priyam. How much can a person's consciousness degrade? There is a saying, what the Chinese eat. Anything that flies in the air except aeroplane. Anything that goes on the land except vehicles. Anything that goes in the water except submarine. That's what they eat. Practically anything that, especially in some tribesmen in the jungles. It's amazing what kind of food they eat. So, Uchchishtam abhijamedhyam bhojanam tamasa priyam. Actually, all of us, to some extent or other, are influenced by these kind of things, the modes, sometime or other, to some extent or the other. Anyway, I think because I took up the thing of marriage, we went little overboard. I wanted to stop at 9 o'clock. 15 minutes went on discussing about diversion about food. But still, it's a very important topic. So, one question if there is any, otherwise we'll stop here. Yeah. Can you speak in the microphone so that everyone can hear?
Prabhuji, Hare Krishna. Sometimes the children left prasad. So parents should take it or should not take it? Because children take more and then they left.
Very interesting question. It's a very dealings of love. I know sometimes I've seen, children, the mother is taking, the child wants to eat from mother's plate only. And sometimes she feeds that only because she wants, and then she also eats. So that's a very intimate, special dealing. What I'm meaning is, anyone eats and then you eat that, So, because it is infectious also. We don't know who's that person, what is eaten, who's left, like that. That's the whole idea. And it is basically unclean. But it's in a family, you're just kind of sharing, and that person it is served and he is eating and then you take. That's one thing. Still, this understanding, the principle we have to understand, that if it is left by somebody, we don't know what is the source, then that may be very, just like somebody has left the plate and then you eat in that same plate, whatever, like that. Simple. If somebody has eaten and he has an open tuberculosis, he's an infected thing. You're not, in the hospital they put it through very special treatment just to get, because if that infection is there, you get infected. That's the reason. Otherwise, it is a different thing, if you know the thing. When you eat prasad, that's also highly infected, mind you. The Lord has tasted it. So His transcendental saliva is there. Beware, if you eat it, you will get infected with love of God. Krishna bada dayamoy, koribare jihwa joy. Swaprasad anna dilo bhai. Say annamrita pao Radha Krishna Gunagao Premida ko Chaitanya. That is very advantage. That is a very favorable infection. Where you get infected with love of God. That is allowed. Any other, you will have to think twice. All right?
Prabhuji.
Yeah?
Hare Krishna. Here, Prabhuji.
Where?
Here.
Raise your hand. I am hearing, like Akashvani somewhere.
It's regarding the tiffin we prepare early in the morning, and Prabhuji's they have it in the afternoon. So even the offering we do, that is maybe at 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock. So because early morning by 6 o'clock to feed Lord chapati and bhaji, and it seems to be little odd, So how to go about whether we should offer it in the morning by 6 o'clock, chapati and sabji, or maybe 10 o'clock is okay.
These are some practical difficulties. Well, as I said, Prabhupada writes in the purport, prasadam is an exception. Prasadam can be taken at any time if it's offered to the Lord. Why Krishna says, Yagya Shishta Ashina Santo, 3.13 Bhagavad Gita. Refer to that. Yagya Shishta Ashina Santo Muchante Sarva Kilvishaihi Bhunjate te tu agham papa ye pachanti atmakaranat. Food that is not first offered to the Lord, then invariably it is affected by the three modes of nature. But if it is actually offered to the Lord, then that part is accepted by the Lord, then it becomes transcendental. So that is one concession. Still, the best choice is something that can be earlier, at least one meal a day which is fresh. Chalega? That's like the next alternative. I remember earlier days, this is all because of today's culture where people go, 300 miles away for work. But I remember my father would eat and go, come back at 12 o'clock, because he would work nearby. He would come, eat, take rest, and leave at 2 o'clock and come back again at 6 o'clock. So people had their stores or for shop or working place nearby. Even, if you go to villages, these ladies carry in the field, and सब वो स्नान वान करके आएगा, बैठेगा, वहीं खाएगा, उसके बाद ले आएगा फिर. So it used to be like that because people would work just nearby, next to the house. So they would come back for lunch. Even if you go to Jaipur and all these places, all the shops are closed between 12 and 2. They go home, आराम से खा पी के आएंगे, फिर 4 बजे खुलेगा. और 4 से 9 बजे तो जो भी हो, उसके बाद जाएगा और खाएगा वहाँ. Fresh, hot वहाँ से बना के देगी वो. So it used to be like that. But now it is the next best alternative is at least one meal after they come back. Everyone sits together and eats. That's very nice. It's also, see, if the environment, very important, while eating we should not discuss very serious issues. While eating, it should be very pleasant discussion. One should not be, intense discussion and in eating. Then there is difficulty in digestion. So it's a science. While eating, we should be discussing very pleasant topics, just casual topics, very nice topics. Ideally, while eating in our ashram, somebody is reading from the scriptures, some beautiful pastimes. Krishna book we used to read. And while reading that, we eat. So even while, like lunch or dinner when we are taking, we just discuss light conversation like that. Because if you are, in particular kind of mood, then the digestion gets affected. So it's a particular science. In a cultured society, these are certain etiquettes that is followed. पहले आप खा लो, बाद में बैठेंगे, बाद चर्चा करेंगे. So like that. So we have to take the next alternative. The ideal, what we are telling is the ideal. Closest we can come to the ideal that we have to strive. All right. Hare Krishna.